everybody, this is Emily from Life Enrichment, and I am here today to do something a little bit different than what I normally do, and that is a French speaking video. For those of you that don't know, my full name is actually Emily Daigneault. This is a French last name. I believe the French pronunciation is a little more similar to Daigneault, but my family's always pronounced it Daigneault, so that's how I pronounce it. It's a lot of silent letters in there, and that's usually the telltale sign that it is a French name. I don't know a lot about my family history. I know that my paternal great-grandfather came from the French-speaking part of Canada before he had my grandfather. My great-grandfather's name was Romeo Daigneault. My grandfather's name is Leo Daigneault, and my brother and father both have that name as well. My grandfather used to be fluent. Growing up, he was fluent. He doesn't remember a lot of it now because he hasn't really been using it over the years, but my father and his two brothers both took French growing up. My brother, myself, and my sister all took French growing up. So French is a pretty big part of our family. My father and I like to use little phrases back and forth at each other. It's kind of a fun thing that we do. So I will say that my pronunciation isn't perfect. I took it in middle school, I took it in high school at a college level, and I did really well in it. I wasn't able to take it while I was studying in college, but I do have this really helpful app. It's called Duolingo, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video as well. And that app has been really helpful in refreshing my French for me and getting me more up to date. When I was in high school, I was able to travel to Quebec and Montreal with my French class, and I was also able to go to France, and that's something I really wanted to be able to go back and do, and I'd love to be able to speak French fluently before I get there, so I've been trying really hard to get back into it. Again, my pronunciation is not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try my best. It's pretty close, and I'm kind of just doing the basics here today, so it should be close enough that you'll be able to get it. You may have seen a couple weeks ago that Ricardo from the kitchen, that he had done a Spanish speaking video, and he is from Venezuela, so his pronunciation was obviously perfect. Mine's not going to come anywhere close, but I decided that it would be fun for me to do something similar to what he had done. So he did a video talking about how you would order food in Spanish. So I'll be doing that today, but from the French perspective. So here I have at the top of my board here, I have the word French. There's a little bit of glare there at the top, but hopefully you can see the French word for French, which is le français. That little symbol underneath the C is what makes it a soft C, rather than the hard K sound of a C. So that's French, le français. Alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to start with, if you were to order food, you'd start with may I have or can I have. So we have may I have is puis-je avoir. Now puis is kind of our word for can, je is our word for I, and avoir is the word for to have. So the direct translation would actually be, am I able to have? Puis can mean can or may or able, but when you put it in this kind of phrasing, you're really saying, as a more direct translation again, is am I able to have? But it's very simply, can I have? Is what you're saying. You're not really making it that complicated when you're speaking it. So you're saying, puis-je avoir? May I have? Now I'm going to break it down. Like I said, just doing the basics here. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So for breakfast, the word for breakfast is le petit déjeuner. So it's almost like the small lunch. If you see right here, lunch is le déjeuner. That little accent above the E is called aigu. And that's what makes it an eh sound rather than like an E sound. So we have déjeuner. Le petit déjeuner. Le déjeuner. So we have breakfast and lunch. And then dinner, pretty simple, le dîner. That little, I believe it's called circumflex. Over the I is what makes it that like elongated E sound. So we have le dîner. Sometimes you pronounce R's in French, sometimes you don't. But in this case, we don't. Le dîner. So if you were to say, may I have breakfast? You would say, puis-je avoir le petit déjeuner? May I have lunch? Puis-je avoir le déjeuner? May I have dinner? Puis-je avoir le dîner? Now, as Ricardo mentioned in his last video, manners are very important, especially if you're traveling to other countries. You want to come across as, polite and a good tourist. So we're going to go over our manners as well. So for the word please in French, we have the words s'il vous plaît. Now, the actual direct translation is if it pleases you. So this S right here is, you take away the I. The word if in French is SI, but because we have it because we're putting it in front of a word with a vowel, we get rid of this I, and we put an apostrophe there instead. And the il right here is the word it. Vous is you, and play is please or pleases. So again, like I said, the direct translation of please in French is actually if it pleases you. In case you didn't know, now you know. We also have the word for thank you. So the word for thank you in French is merci. It's very nasally. French is a very nasally language. So you're not really pronouncing the R per se. It's very touch and go. Merci. Merci. If you want to get a little bit fancier with it and say thank you very much, you would say merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Beaucoup. Very much. Thank you very much. Alright, so if you wanted to say, may I have lunch please, you would say, puis-je avoir le déjeuner, s'il vous plaît. When I give you your lunch, you say, merci. Merci beaucoup. I didn't write it on the board here, but if you want to know the word for you're welcome would be de rien. De rien, which really means it's nothing, or of nothing. De rien is you're welcome. So I put a little bit of specifics down here at the bottom in case you wanted to know a little bit different ways of saying things. So if you want to say I want to eat, like if you weren't ordering something and you were just like kind of stating like this is what I'm gonna go get myself a sandwich. Hey, I want to eat a sandwich. Whatever. If you're not, ordering it with another person, and you wanted to say I want to eat, you would say je veux manger. And the je, again, that's a word for I. The veux is want or wants. And then the manger is to eat. So if you wanted to say I want to eat, you would say je veux manger. And then I decided to get a little more specific here, and I decided that I wanted to eat a ham sandwich. So the word for ham sandwich in French is un sandwich de jambon, a sandwich of ham. So if I want to eat a ham sandwich, I would say je veux manger un sandwich de jambon. If you wanted to order a ham sandwich, you could say puis-je avoir un sandwich de jambon, s'il vous plaît. May I have a ham sandwich, please? I believe that about covers it for now. I hope that you enjoy. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about foreign languages yourself, there is a really awesome app. It's called Duolingo. My sister and I, we hold each other accountable. We make sure that we do our Spanish lesson every day. We've been doing Spanish, I've been doing French as well, and I think soon I'm going to start German. But what's really exciting about Duolingo is that there are so many languages to choose from. Look at all of these languages. So many. Oh, and there's even a more button. More. Oh, okay. These are different languages. These are like English, but like lessons for people that don't speak English. French for people that don't speak English. So that's very exciting. Oh, there's even, wow. I didn't know this before, but there's even an option, if you've ever seen the show Star Trek, there's even an option to speak Klingon. You can learn Klingon on Duolingo. You can also learn High Valyrian, which I believe is from Game of Thrones, if I'm not mistaken. They have Latin. Who says it's dead? They have Gaelic. They have Hawaiian. They have Swahili. They have ones I haven't even heard of. They have Arabic, Korean, Russian, Portuguese. The list goes on and on. It's a very fun app. They do like different games, different reading lessons, and you earn points, you earn coins. You can connect with friends through there and gift each other coins. I've connected with David Hopkins, our assistant executive director here. He and I, we exchanged little pleasantries back and forth. He was taking French for a while. I believe he's taking Italian now, from what I've heard. So that's very exciting. Again, it's a really, really fun app. It's really easy. When you first start it off, it asks you, are you brand new to this language, or do you know some basics? And if you say you know some basics, it'll give you a little test ahead of time to see, like, to get an idea of what you do know, and then it'll get you in where it thinks your level is at. And again, if you're new to the language, it'll start you off very basic. It gives you pictures so you can associate the certain words with what they're supposed to mean, and helps you with pronunciation and listening skills. It's a really great app. It's really easy, and best of all, it is free. I love free. So what is going to happen after this video is over. My friend and coworker Gina Lisa, who works in the Life Enrichment department as well, she's going to do a tech tutoring video telling you how you can download Duolingo onto your device. It's not only available on iPhones. I don't have an iPhone, I have a Google phone. It's available on the Android store, Google Play Store, any place where a smartphone has internet, you can get Duolingo. So I hope that you all enjoyed the video here today. If you liked it, please let Cece know, or please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do more French videos. It's helpful for me. I can practice pronouncing words, and also writing it out, which usually was my strong point. The pronouncing is really the hard part for me. So it was really fun to be able to do this today and get this ready for you all. I hope you enjoy. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.